Here we are once again, continuing on the chopper trike. The forks have been a challenge. They were way more bent than I first considered, and we didn't know it until we took them apart. So, as the saying goes, we're in deep. Went over to my friend Ian's. He's the actual pro in the neighborhood. He has a big wheelie Jeep, and then he's got an iron worker and a BFH. So we used his big hammer and the iron worker. We knocked all these plates into shape. They're now flat. These are the rockers for the lower part of the forks, and these are the, I guess you call them triple trees, something like that. You know, those 3-holed plates that hold the whole fork together. So everything's straight. We're gonna put them together today and put this thing back on the ground. As I mentioned, these pieces are flat, ready to get put back together. I did a little whamma jamma on these fork legs. Got them done 2 times, so you can see it's a nice transition into this flat plate. Now, I may have drilled the hole out a little too far. I'm not 100% yet. I might bring the hole in a bit, but I didn't want those rockers to interfere with anything, and I think it's still pretty darn strong. If you look at it in comparison to the original, it's not too far off. You know, it might be just a little bit more longer, but I think it's a cool twist on an old design. So we're gonna save these, as I mentioned. We got something coming up. We're gonna make hinges out of those. So I'm gonna do a little clearing on this table, and then we're gonna weld some stuff together. I was able to get that center piece out of this plate by drilling it, so I relieved that. We're gonna have to get that in place, square it and weld it, and then put these forks together. And one last thing, of all places, I went to Home Depot and I found fine threaded 1/2-inch rod. So I rebuilt these vertical pieces, and then all the remaining hardware, I'm gonna get new stuff. These are just lug nuts, car lug nuts, 1/2-inch 20 thread. So get some nice chromy ones and I'll shine up these springs. This is not bent, so we're just gonna put it back in service. Let's make some room here. Save these on the saw. These are probably trash. I keep saying I'm gonna keep this shop clean. It's already going downhill fast. I learned something about the airflow in this shop already. As quiet as those coolers are, they do produce a nice breeze. And welding over here is directly affected. I could feel the airflow. I'm gonna weld on this side. Makes the shielding gas not as effective. Yeah, there we go, cool. Okay, so first on the list, I'm gonna set this up here and here. Now let's try to remember how this went. Yeah, because that's where the headlight mounted. So that one goes there, like that. Yes, this is the top one, because the handlebars bolt on here. And this is the lower one. And then what we need to see is this, the weld down. Right, that just plugs onto that. All right, let me hammer that, ensure it's square, and we'll weld this. Yeah, when I looked at this yesterday, I was like, wait a second. This is not cool. But we bent it into shape, and now it's cool. Yes, just like that. Like that. So, set that in place like this and weld it. Guess I should put it in my vise. It's nice because all this stuff was machined properly, so once you take the damage out of it, it goes right back together. I'll put a little more shielding gas on it. Check the squareness once again. All right, I got that trapped. Let's just check it once more. Yeah. Cool, nothing moved. Heck yeah, that ain't going nowhere. All right, so let's see what the distance was from the hole to the top. We'll make 2 marks. I'll just hammer this thing into position. Might be a little swollen, I'm not sure. It's definitely hot. Take it down to that 36-inch mark. Correct. Do the same with this one. So, oh, because we put it on the machine. We put it on the iron worker, and that was the bent one, so we probably mushed that hole a little bit. What you didn't see in that video was us just taking a giant hammer and bashing these flat as well. So a lot of ways to accomplish the same thing. There we go. The 36-inch mark. Cool. Now this one goes on here like so. Now those have to be set with the axle in it. Actually, no, not the axle, because those rockers go on it. Let's put this threaded rod through there. Those holes are nice and accurate. So yeah, these things barely have any room to rock. Now we want to be sure that this is square and that the distance is equal from both of those. So we take this, we go to that rod, 36. Go to that rod. These look parallel, which should be because these were machined, not by me. That's usually a better job than I do. So we got that, that. Literally splitting hairs. But we want it to be straight. Looking at that, that looks good. There we go. Sweet. So these are flat. These plates, no, this is correct. So we're gonna tack these and then we're gonna space that one. And we're gonna cut these off later. That cool off a little bit. Now let's ensure these are all on the same page. Oh, wait, no, these don't get welded because this has to come off. Oh, this is the only welding. Cool. Well, since we welded here, let's go on that underside. What it is, I don't want to get this thing red. I don't want to get it red hot at all. So now I'll do the flip side of that. So the way this worked, if I remember correctly, is these went there, rim went there. Let me get a block to hold this up. Limited resources. One of my prized possessions. Should really frame this and not have it just, well, I mean, it's my dog, Scratch's garage at Roussel. A lot of value in that box. Yeah, since we're moving, might as well talk about some stuff. Box O parts. Now let's do a little inventory. We got one of them, two of them, one of these without a washer, one of these with a washer. Means there's a washer for this one, correct. All right, we got 4 of those. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 nuts. And yeah, then the motorcycle axle. And there should be a nut that goes on this here. There's a real nice little washer also. Well, I don't have the washer currently, so I'm gonna have to get some. I'm just gonna wire wheel this because I was having some trouble moving in and out of the rim. All right, now we don't know which side of anything these go on. I imagine they're on the outside, but let's just check this with the hub and decide what the distance is. I was able to find a new tire and tube, so that's on the way. Right, because there are spacers in here. Correct. So we have that goes to there. Definitely on the inside. Should have taken pictures. It's coming down. Wheel goes, it goes like that. That's right. Yes, okay. This is definitely going here, like that. Nice chrome hardware showing. It's definitely going here, like this. Oh wow, no, I think the washer goes on this side. Definitely how it goes. Right, and the tire, and then that. Bushings came out with the press, so I want to keep that washer on the outside, because that would really be upsetting if the whole tire was to fall off while you're riding. With that being said, does this need that much spacer? It looks like it does. Yeah, these things definitely go on the inside. That's why the washer was on the other side of the bolt, because these go inside and the washer holds that thing in. There it is. Now we're getting somewhere. Now the spacer looks correct. This goes here. Spacer like so. Through the other wishbone thing. Yes, perfect. Out the other end. I'm not going to tighten anything right now because of the, it's going to come apart. I'm going to clean it all. Just want to put this on there and say, ta-da. All right, so that's cool. Now, how hot? Oh, that's good. Ooh, it's warm. Okay, so how do we do this without it all just coming apart? So I guess this piece, oh, this piece gets welded on as well, because that jives with that one. That's cool. We use that for lining up. Now this will go here. So we got to remember how far apart these were. And that is because I cut out those little pieces. Yes, now I remember. So these were in here. There it is. So maybe I'll just tack this because that is going to take the weight of it. Yeah, cool. How's this look? Perfect. Just going to tack that. These have to come back to here. That's this, but are these the right width? Totally grooving. All right, that's good news. Let's take this off. Take this off. This comes through here to there. Comes like that to that. Okay. Gonna spread this. Take this out once again. I have to compress these springs. So one question I'm having, this goes onto here like that, and the handlebars bolt on there. Guess I'm not having a question. Looking around for bearings on this. It's kind of an odd setup from what I can see. So I might have to get into some machine work. So right now we're just going to install it with no bearings because it ain't going nowhere. And the way it worked was this thing went on the lower threads. And this plate went on here, like so. Oh, there was a top nut. Yeah, just like that. Cool. So I'm gonna cut these a little bit, but not till later. The other ones actually did rise up. Oh, they're almost identical. That was the top where they hammered those things in. Well, let's put it on the ground and see if it looks any better or worse or different. That looks great. Oh wow, it feels like it's less prone. It doesn't flop now. Before it was just like bang because it was all bent. All right, there it is. You got some nice straight parallel forks. You've been around the channel for a while. You always know my shop never goes easy. It's always a struggle. It's always a bit of a fight. Plenty of laughs. In the end, we always win. Oh yeah, it's on. Got a really exciting thing happening next episode, and it's right behind me. We're gonna do the Z frame, the lift for the bed dance mini trucks. We're gonna start on that because that's gonna attach to the UFO dish satellite thing. Next time on Honest Ian's refrigeration repair. See you then.